What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on, sports fans? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing this evening? Another busy week, man. Another busy week. We'll give them the usual couple of minutes to straggle on in. As usual, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us Thursday night. What's up, Beaner? How you doing, buddy? Who else we got in the chat? Darnell, what are you up to? The Poor Conservative. What's up, TPC? Good to see you, baby. Good to see you, man. Appreciate your support. Man, it has been a couple of busy few days. I have not even been able to mess with my my buddies on social media any. RM, what's happening, baby? How are you doing? Mr. Carr, I saw that you received your BAS, your big ass spatula. I'm glad you like that, man. That's a solid piece of equipment. That is one solid piece of equipment. Cesar, how are you doing? My man, Millennial. So happy to see you here this evening, man. So happy. M to the W Wood, Mad Wood. What's happening, baby? Cesar, all is well, man. Low and slow, bro. Low and slow. Trying to enjoy life. I'm like the Evans in Good Times, keeping my head above water. That's all I got to do. Folks, last week we spoke of budget pits, and I hate to use the term budget pits because they're not budget pits, that we spoke of. They're quality pits, but you just get them at a very good price. So we're going to continue along these lines of topics, man. We're going to be talking. Hey, Bassfinder, how are you? Today's topic is going to be some of the basic equipments that a backyard pitmaster might want to get. I don't know how long you've been doing this, how new you are to this, but what we're going to talk about, and hopefully you've got some additional ideas to mine, what we're going to be talking about are just some of the basic tools you should have in your toolbox if you really want to be successful in the backyard. All right, and Madwood has opened up the topic with one of my top must-have items. Yeah, one of my top must-have items, man. If you do not have a good Insta read thermometer in your toolbox, you are missing out. And that Insta read, there's several different models or several different brand names. The most that we hear about are, of course, the Thermopans. But I've also got a Thermopro. My wife wanted to get me a Christmas gift last year or year before. And I don't know who she spoke to or where she got the idea from, but she came and broke out with a Thermopro. I was like, oh, okay. And that's what I use here at the home. I've got several Thermopans. But Insta Read, it allows you to keep your pits open for a shorter period of time because you probe that piece of meat, and very quickly you've got, within a second, you've got a very accurate read of the temperature of the interior of that piece of meat. as opposed to some of the others, you're going to have to wait 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds sometimes. And all that time, you're not cooking the way you should be cooking. So a Thermopen is a absolute top of the line and an absolute must. An absolute top of the line and an absolute must. Are there other brand names besides? The only two I'm familiar with are Thermopens and Thermopros. I'm sure there are others. A Thermopen runs anywhere. You can catch them on sale for $69, all the way up to $110. The higher price ones, of course, comes with more bells and whistles. Backlit, waterproofing, and a few other bells and whistles. I've got the basic, and one of mine is backlit. You can see it at night. And again, that was about $79. I got it a good deal. Annie Ramirez from Japan. That is awesome, Annie. Thank you. Hi from Japan. You watched the Traeger Live episode. So happy to hear from you, Annie. Welcome aboard, man. Welcome aboard. In Japan, that is awesome. That's someplace I absolutely have to visit. I absolutely have to visit. Welcome aboard. Good evening, Jerry. Good to have you here. All right, our next, also on my list, are good knives. And Cesar, that is twofold. Yeah, you absolutely want good knives, but you want good, sharp knives. You can have a good knife, and if it's not sharpened, it is not going to give you the love that you require, that you want. So you want good, sharp knives. And there's two ways of looking at this. You can buy cheaper knives, and that's my camp. I will not spend big time money on expensive knives. That's just me. I'm not knocking the Dow Strongs and the Shuns and the other knives out there. But I get a cheaper knife, man, and I just really, really keep it sharp. And maybe I have to sharpen it a little more often than someone with one of those higher quality knives might have to. But that is not a problem. I actually get a little bit of satisfaction, man, getting my knives, sharpening my knives. So a lot of the knives I have, I've won a few at the competition. They were given as awards. Others, we used to have Bowler's Meat Market here in San Antonio. You go buy a brisket on different promotions. You buy a brisket, you get a knife. And again, these were cheap knives, but I got home, man, and I really sharpened the heck out of them. And I've learned to use them and love them. So you definitely want good knives. You definitely want good knives. Burnt Ends, how you doing? Rick, what's going on, buddy? Gabriel says Dow Strongs makes good sharp knives. I am sure. I know that. I've touched them. I've held them. I've seen other people use them. They make some awesome knives. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. TPC has the back to the thermometer, the ThermoPro TP18. He loves it. I haven't seen that one. I am more familiar with the Thermopens, but I do have a ThermoPro. I don't even know what model. Like I said, I think Mama, when she bought it, thought she was getting me the Thermopen, but she came home with a ThermoPro, and it works just fine. It's an Insta read. Mama just sat down. Mama, we've got a new visitor, Annie Ramirez from Japan. Yeah, that is awesome. Hey, the Lorf. Oh, we spoke earlier on one of the videos. Good to have you, Lorf.
We have Bass Finder 68.
Yep.
Is this their first time?
Inkbird. That's a new one. That's a new one as well. Cesar, never heard of that one. I will have to look them up. Hey, Sleeper, how are you doing? Burnt Ends is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Bass Finder. Rick, you and I are we've got the same attitude towards the knife, man. I can keep a cheap knife sharp while I can't afford a $300 knife. You know, that is so true. You know, if I was sponsored by one of those high-end knives, I'd be all over it. Don't get me wrong, but I just can't afford them. I just can't afford them. A good sharp knives. All right, moving right along. And you guys are absolutely touching everything I've got on my list next to me. CJ Bean says gloves so that you don't burn your hand. That is so true. That is so true. But for me, you know, and Mama reminds me sometimes, man, I get so caught up when I'm cooking. I get so caught up when I hit that pit that more often than not, you know, 7 times out of 10, man, I'll forget to put on my gloves because especially if there's a video involved, especially if there's a camera involved, I get so involved, I get so caught up and focused that I forget about gloves. And it's not until I'm touching something and you know, recoiling in pain. Same thing happened tonight when I went to the pit, you know, trying to flip chicken wings. Right now, my fingertips are burning. I'm not going to even lie to you. My fingertips are burning. But gloves are absolutely necessary. You need hot food gloves as well as high heat gloves for touching metals, for adjusting your grates, for pulling your grates out, and things along those lines. Last night, if you happen to watch Aiming and Claiming James live stream, one of his sponsors, Al, from man, I've got the gloves and I love them. I can't even remember what he calls the gloves. But go back and check out James's live stream, and I've got the gloves in the pantry, nice and dry and safe. I wouldn't want to burn them. All right, but that's just me being forgetful. That's me being focused on something else and burning my hands. So that is a nice pair of gloves, man, especially a food handling gloves. That glove that James is sponsored by, I will think of the name in a little bit. Somebody else that was in here might remember the name. We spoke about it. You maintain your dexterity. Even though those gloves are big, they're bigger than your hands, they allow you to maintain that dexterity. You can handle small pieces of equipment, pick up small things, and they're easy to put on and off, even when your hands are wet. You know, our regular, I call them exam gloves, but they're food handling gloves. If your hands are wet, it is absolutely impossible to get them on, especially if you've got big hands. It is absolutely impossible. In my toolbox for competitions, I carry a small bit of cornstarch, because in the summertime when my hands are sweating, or if I've got to put on some gloves after washing some dishes or something at a competition, I just sprinkle a little bit of that cornstarch on my fingers and slide them in my gloves. So you want food handling hot gloves, you want metal handling high heat gloves. Then there's a cheaper way to go about the food handling gloves. You can buy a pack of wool liners. There are wool liners that you put on first and then put your nitrile gloves or whatever type of gloves you happen to buy on over those. They will allow you to handle some hot stuff, but not for very long. So they're primarily for food. You're not going to touch metal with them because it will let you know, hey, I can't handle this. It will let you know very quick. All right, so back to the knife. Rick said he reached out to Dahlstrom and was basically told After I reach 10,000 subs, they will send you one. All right, that's a goal to set. Yeah, that's a goal to set. But by the time you reach 10,000 subs, you might be able to buy one, Rick. Trumpet, man, everybody's thinking of you. Trumpet is still feeling under the weather, man. COVID is no joke, folks. COVID is no joke. So he still stopped in to say hi. Take it easy, baby. Take care of yourselves. And I don't know how many of you knew TPC builds knives. All right. TPC builds knife, and he owns. I've seen bits and pieces of his knife collection. He owns knives from $9 to $5.50. And sharpness is much more important than that brand name. Sharpness is much more important than that brand name. I am telling you, I've got some habits. When handling knives that a trained butcher or a strict butcher might look at me like I was might slap my hands or something. They'll slice and ward myself. But man, my knives are so sharp that I don't have to apply a lot of pressure when slicing. I sort of just glide over that meat because my knives are so sharp. So even if I happen to slip, man, that knife is not going to go very far because there isn't a whole lot of force and pressure behind it, the way you would have with a duller knife. Having to really saw. I like to just slide my knives, and that's what a sharp knife would do. So even if you slip, you come out of that meat with a little bit of quickness, it's not going to go very far because there isn't a whole lot of force behind it. And that is what sharp knives do for you, besides giving you nice, clean cuts. Excellent. Where are we? Hey, Chris, no, you haven't missed too much, man. We're early on. We are early on. Mario, what's happening, buddy? Yeah, Rick, TPC builds knives. He doesn't want to blow his own horn. All right. He doesn't want to toot his own whistle. But yeah, he builds knives. He makes pickles. The man is a jack of all trades. All right, TPC, looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to a night video. Yes, once again, folks, hit that thumbs up, man. Let us know that you are enjoying this conversation, this give and take.
Burton said, CJ, do you take a camper to comps?
Burnt. Man, it actually happened by accident. I was helping one of my buddies out one day, and of course, I went to his house to trim. We had 24 brisket to trim. I was helping Andy Lugo out, and went to his house to trim 24 brisket, and had forgotten my knives. And when I went there, he was using a slicing knife, and I liked the way that knife did the work. And so I picked up one of his knives and I went to town. And man, I have not set it down ever since. The length, that 10-inch, I love the 10-inch. The length, and it's got just the right amount of flex to where I can apply a little pressure downwards and bring the tip up off of the meat while I'm slicing with the center part of the blade. Or the opposite, I can bend that tip downward and just slice with the tip. So, I mean, it's so versatile. And now I've been doing it so long that it's become a second part of my hand. It's become a part of my hand. And man, I would not slice a brisket any other way. I still go to my bone-in knives and my smaller knives when I'm doing other meats. But for brisket, I love that slicer. Yes, sir. Well, look at here. Timmy, how are you doing, man? Blazing Balch's Barbecue. To what do we owe this honor, man? Love having you here. Tim, how's the wife? Tell her we said hi. All right, folks, TPC have got some big things coming. If you're not subscribed to TPC, the Poor Conservative, you need to give him a holler. I keep trying to get him to extend some of those videos. He's doing some shorts, all right? But those shorts leave me wanting more, so I'm looking forward to some fuller length videos, TPC. Make it happen. Millennial, you are absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. The cut resistance glove, that is something that's also on my list of must-have. You know, I tend to wear them when I'm doing videos. But once again, you know, I get a little blasé when there aren't any cameras around. And Mama reminds me, I get a little blasé when there aren't any cameras around. But if I'm on video, I tend to wear them simply because, you know, nobody wants to get cut on camera. But some good cut-resistant glove when trimming. An absolute must. It'll save you a little headache every now and again. I've got the ones that's got little wire stitching throughout. And hell, probably all of the mesh cut resistance have something along those lines. Good call, Millennial. C says he used dull knives. He keeps me safe around the wife. You're going to be in trouble. Bobby's in the house. What's happening, Bobby?
CJ.
Yes. T-Squared Barbecue, thank you for stopping in, baby. Magna Chef are the gloves that I was speaking of a little while ago. They're the high quality, heavy, built to last. They've got magnets on each side. So when you're done doing what you want, all you got to do is sort of snap the magnets together and slide your hands out. Wet or dry, they absolutely work. They've got webbing, all right, for 2 fingers in each web. And man, they give you a whole lot of dexterity. You'll be surprised at the smallest item that you can pick up with those big old gloves. And they're rated to something like 500 degrees. So well worth the $20. Hey, Bobby, how are you doing, lady? Good to see you as usual.
CJ, the Lord, it is their first time. They said they figured they stopped lurking. They love the video.
I'm going to find that one. I'm going to find that one. Thank you. All right, so where are we? Where are we? Give me a second, folks. So Magna Chef. All right. I saw it. There we go. Cesar, another great point on my notes. Another point on my notes, man. I don't care where you are, comp, backyard, you need good quality meat. It is a myth that you can take up cheap, weak, sorry piece of meat and turn it into a delicacy. I don't care how good a cook you think you might be. That is not the case. Now, we can all season a piece of meat appropriately, all right? But that chew, that bite, that texture will not be there in a cheap piece of meat, regardless of what you do, to include the beef tallows and all the other gimmicks. So you absolutely need the best piece of meat, the best quality meats you can afford. Instead of a select, get you a choice. You know what I'm saying? As best quality as you can afford. Nice call, Cesar. All right, let's see where we are. TPC, Carnitas. I am telling you, man, I love them. I love them. Matter of fact, I found a restaurant here in San Antonio. I had a buddy stop in from out of town last week, and I didn't know where to go for lunch. So I Googled and came up with a little place on the south side called Carnitas Lonja, Lonja. And the menu was very short, small menu, man. And it seemed like that's what they specialized in, was carnitas. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, best carnitas I've ever had. I mean, it was well worth it. It was a 20-minute drive. Well worth it. A pound was a little pricey. A pound was like $20, but it comes with all the sides and fixing. Between the two of us, we made 6 large tacos. You know, if there were more people, we could have lessened the amount and probably had 8 to 10 tacos. But yes, I love carnitas. I've never cooked them the way they're supposed to be cooked. So I'm looking forward to this video, TPC. The Larf. Thank you, man. Gal, not sure, but I will be checking you guys out. Good to have you. Hey, no split chicken. Split chicken, no vale. Split chicken, no vale. We got another class coming up last weekend in October at the Texas Barbecue Depot. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. All right, so moving on. Some of the basics that you need to have. Something that many of us have, others do not. You need a fire starter of some sort. It's a must. You need a chimney. I've got 2 chimneys, man, and I have not seen them in years because I start all my fires with propane. I've got a large pear burner, and then I've got a small handheld propane torch for smaller fires. When I'm lighting my Jamb or when I'm lighting my WSM, I will hit that propane onto those lump charcoal or whatever the case might be, and I've got a fire the way I want it inside of 2 or 3 minutes. When I'm finished, when I'm reverse searing something and I finish smoking it with those 13 or 14 briquettes, and now it's time to get a raging hot fire, I can have that fire ready to go in 3-4 minutes with my pear burner. All right, I like to take a little longer to let that brisket, that steak or whatever I'm reverse searing rest before I hit it with that high heat. But if I wanted to, that pear burner, that propane would allow me to get that fire ready in less than 5 minutes. So it's a great tool to have. You know, I have not used something like a what do you call I don't even remember what you call it. The squirt bottle onto on the briquettes, let it soak in, and then light the fire. What do we call that? Come on, Mama. What do we call it?
I missed that.
The fuel to start fires. I can't even remember what that's called, man.
A fire starter?
No, it ain't no fire starter. Somebody come up with it in a minute. I can't even remember what that is called. Good gracious. But yeah, that's how long it's been since I've used that. Wow. Annie, what do we call reasonable price? Annie is in Japan. So I guarantee you she's not getting American Wagyu, right? She is probably getting those A5s and whatnot. And I guarantee you, or I would believe they're not quite as expensive as Americans have to pay here for those A5s. They're not covering shipping costs and middleman and the profit margin for these meat purveyors. What do you guys pay, Annie? I'll be looking forward to that answer. Man, I've never had or never tasted an A5 beef of any sort. No cut, no steak, no brisket, nothing. That is something that's on the bucket list, to just say that I've done it.
CJ Sierra says, what is the rub you use for beef that has a lot of texture? One of them is Texas Select Salt, but there's another rub I've seen you use that has a lot of texture and granulous.
All right, I'm trying to follow them in order. Are you getting ahead of me?
I probably did.
All right, I will get that. I will get to that one. All right, Rick says he recommends a good tool and storage box. Excellent. I did not have that on my list, but that is a great point, Rick. That is a great point. For competition, I've got one that's dedicated. For the backyard, I'm here at the house, so I don't have one. But if you're tight for storage space, we've got a pretty big, large pantry. If you're tight for storage space, that's definitely something you want. A toolbox and a storage box. I've got one of those black toolboxes with the handle for all my spices for competition. Then I've got sort of a medium-sized plastic bin for my tools, electric knives, backup injectors, my fat separator, my strainers. So those are the two tools / storage box that I take to competition. If you're interested in that competition side, something along those lines is a definite. Rick, that's where my thermometers are, my probes, my wool glove, my liners, and a few other items. Very good point. All right. Keeping the move. Madwood. All right, there will be no barbecuing without some sort of cooler being involved. All right, there will be no barbecue without some sort of cooler being involved. And I'm not talking about a cooler for my meat. I'm talking about a cooler for some sort of libation. All right, something to keep the party going. So a cooler is a must. And if you can afford one, man, there are the coolers that I think do the job as well as Yetis do. But we've got several Yetis, and we absolutely love them. They're a pain in the butt when it's time to pick them up and move them. But with controlled openings and closing, they will keep and carry ice for a significant period of time. The moisture is better in a better place with me. The moisture, the better. Tim, this is not that type of chat, man. Yeah, this is not that type of chat. But ain't nothing wrong with moisture. I find it quite pleasing. Holler at me. I'm not sure. I must have missed something. Burnt Ann says a Cambro, another good item to have. They're pricey. So if you're just starting out, you can pay, unless you caught one on sale or caught one used or something. A quality Cambro will cost anywhere $175 to $350 based on the size and the bells and whistles. But they're absolutely nice to have. Keep in mind, if you're on a budget, All right, and a Cambro or something along those lines is not in the budget, you've got a cooler that doubles. You've got a cooler that doubles as a Cambro of sorts. And again, that's all about resting meats while you wait to serve them. All right, I think Tim says disposable cutting boards. I hadn't thought disposable, Tim, and I didn't have that on my list because I do not like them. I don't like the way they my meat slide around on them. I've got a pack that I bought, man, I don't know, 2016, and they're still in my garage. The only time I pull them out is when I'm having a class or private class or something along the lines at the house. Other than that, I don't use them. But yes, disposable cutting boards are awesome, especially if you're in a situation where dishwashing is minimized, is an issue. Like for a lot of people at cook-offs, they don't have the water to be washing dishes the way you would at home. Disposable cutting board serves a purpose. Absolutely. I did have cutting boards on my list. And I am a fan of wooden cutting boards. I own both wood and plastic. I'm a fan of wooden cutting boards. I love wooden cutting boards for raw meats. And I love plastic cutting boards for cooked meats. And when I say raw meats, it's simply because wood has some natural antibacterial properties. The way wood shrinks, tightens, and loosens as it dries and gets wet. It has some natural antibacterial properties, whereas plastic does not. If you're a fan of, or if you're consistently using plastic for raw meats, at some point you really need to sit down and give those plastic cutting boards a good cleaning, a good soaking in some antibacterial liquid of some sort, because they do begin to pack and pile in old stuff. So that is why I like cooked meats on plastic and raw meats on wood. And don't get me wrong, I have switched them up on occasions. It's not a do or die. Just make sure you're really, really paying attention to keeping those plastic cutting boards clean. Good point, Tim.
And responded with the price.
Okay. All right. We're going to get to Ann. Mama wants to know, what are y'all cooking on over there, Anna? And is the Wagyu beef expensive? All right. She said you answer. We'll get to that one shortly. My man TNT, what's happening, baby? TNT, I'm not going to lie, man. I miss your videos. I can't wait for, and I know it's money out of your pocket, but I can't wait for festival season to be over with, catering season. I want it to get cold in Iowa so you start cooking again and putting out those videos. There, I said it. What you think about that? What's good, bro? Love the trimming videos. My man. Appreciate that, man. Folks, I've got some, TPC says a big Korean cutting board for meat prep. TPC, I'm not sure what a Korean cutting board is, but I will be Googling. I have got, I've got some, and my cutting boards, the ones I use on videos, I call those swag, because only one of my 4 do I actually slice on. And I started slicing on it only because I did so at first by accident. And once it had a couple of scars in it, I was like, all right, this is going to be my slicing cutting board. But for the most part, the other three, man, are for show. When I'm ready to slice, I put something else on top of them. They're quality cutting boards. They're built to last. Even when I got them sent to me and I looked at them, I said, man, I'm never going to cut on this. But one of them I have. So once I figure out what a Corian cutting board is, we'll be able to talk, TPC. Yes, I had this one on there, Mr. Bean. Good quality wood. If you're going to be burning a stick burner, good quality wood. You know, if you're getting your wood from Billy Bob down the street, man, chances are every time you go get a batch, I don't know, you might go every 6 months or 2 times or however often you go. Each time you go, chances are that there are going to be some differences. This batch might have been seasoned a little longer or a little shorter. Absolutely, you need some quality wood. Guys, I've been meaning to put this link in the chat, man. Come on in. TNT, I appreciate the donation, man. Hop on in here and holler at me. Let's talk a little bit about your last catering job so you can get back to videos. There's the link, folk. If you've got something you want to talk to the folks about, hop on in here.
If you go up about 4 from TNT's donation, you'll see Anne's response.
Okay. All right. C says, what is the rub you use for beef that has a lot of texture? C, that rub is from Texas Select. It is called the rustic. It is called a rustic. I mean, man, it's got some large flakes and granules. And once you get those flakes and granules nice and moist, Tim, I used your word, that moisture, all right, it really does build a bark hell of a. Yes, sir, it absolutely does. Awesome. Awesome, TPC. You got a new subscriber. Hey, I get a nickel for every new subscriber I get for you, TPC. I'm keeping track. There you go. The Lord. Why couldn't I remember lighter fluid? How simple was that? All right, lighter fluid. There we go. Thank you very much. Yeah. Kelly Curtis, blue bottles. Folks, I'm just getting caught up. Bear with me. All right, when I find a good comment question, man, I tend to want to run with it. All right, TPC says it's a man-made stone. Oh, Sleeper said it's a man-made stone. All right, TPC says it's kind of a plastic. All right, I'm going to have to Google because I don't know which way you guys are coming, left or right. I don't know which way. Folks, we got my man TNT, the man, the myth, the legend. Look at him tightening that lid. What's up, baby?
Nothing much, bro. Nothing much. Just got through with a 16-hour day. I'm tired.
Dude, I know you're doing your thing, man. I know you're doing your thing, and I know it's good for your pockets, so I ain't mad at you, but I do miss the videos.
Hey,
I
man,
do miss the videos. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be honest, once I've seen one 120-pound cook, I've seen them all. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I really don't get excited when I see another one, but I want to see the cook. So I hope it snows tomorrow. And I'm talking, I'm talking shutting down festivals. And you get back to it. Nah, dog, I'm messing with you, man.
Hey, man.
Dude, how's the family doing?
They doing good. I got the kids, and they started school last week, and it kind of disappointed because they're not playing football. One is playing band, and the other one he's waiting to wrestle. So but hey, life goes on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They bring good grades in. I'm happy.
That's it, man. But
Yeah.
dude, I'm here to tell you, man. I know you've been doing your thing, man. You've been having a busy year, and there's no way anybody can be mad at that, man.
Yes.
You got to get it while the getting's good, bro. You know that.
Yes, sir. I've been averaging probably 3,000 pounds of food a week.
Man, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's doing it. There was a time when the wife and I were into catering, man, but we quickly realized that it was some work, and it's not something that we totally enjoy. It's guaranteed money, but it wasn't something that we really enjoyed and had fun with it. So we kind of backed off. Yeah, we have kind of backed off.
I can understand that.
Asking, where do you get the TSS rusted rub? You can't find it.
I missed you. I was listening to Mama TNT.
I think with that catering thing, I find myself, me and my wife find ourselves snapping at each other a lot more, working together.
Yeah,
we've been working on that, but most definitely it's hard work. But I enjoy the festivals more than I enjoy catering.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see that. Especially with festivals. I think with festivals you're more interacting with the customers as opposed to a catering. And I can see where that would be a little more enjoyable.
Yes, it is very enjoyable. What to me, my main goal is I get this natural high when people have had bad barbecue for so long, and when they taste that barbecue for good quality barbecue, and that's when I get my natural high.
Yeah. I am with you.
Yes, sir. I tell you what, y'all guys, but man, I learned a lot, man, especially from you, brother. You really helped me improve my trimming.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, Millennial, I'm trying to type it in. Texas Select. It's Texas Select Barbecue, Millennial. All right. I want you to go looking for Texas Select. And I put a space in there. Of course, there's no space. But they've got the rustic rub. And there's another rub I want you to check out while you're there. It's called the Juicy Pig.
Oh.
Those two rubs, man. It's called the Juice. Dude, how could you not love that name?
Juicy.
Yeah, there you go. It's like the moist pig. All right, so that'll work too.
Juicy.
Yes, sir.
You grab me one of those Modelo beers out of the refrigerator.
Super barbecue had good one.
All right. TPC says, shoot me your Addy, I'll send you a roll of nickels. Yeah, Darnell, I met Al in Alton at the Austin rodeo 2 years ago, man. And that's where I got introduced to the Magna Chefs. Yeah, very good gloves. Awesome. TNT introduced Millennial to Mom and Papa Joe's channel, man. I'm telling you, I am just so thrilled at some of the people, some of the folks, both men and women, that Mom and I have come to call friends, man, from our YouTube venture. August this month made it a year for us. And man, I so look forward to talking to you guys every Thursday, and I'm happy. I'm so thrilled that we've got just, our viewership isn't massive by any means, but we got a group of regulars, man, that we kind of know each other from a distance. We can relate. We share so many of the same interests that when I'm not able to, man, I miss these Thursdays, and that goes for all of the live streams that our community holds, man. A lot of times I am there lurking. Sometimes I'm sitting around in drawers and a holy shirt, so I don't want to come on when y'all send me that. When y'all send me that link, because that means I got to go put some clothes on, straighten up this beautiful beard, wipe the shine off the head. But I am there. I am there. So I love you guys and thank you so much for your support. Let's see. Sleeper. Sorry, CJ, for the hijack. Any in the chat use a Canon M50? If so, what card do you use? 128 and a U3. Sleeper, a Canon M50. We've got a Canon. I'm not sure what it is. I know it doesn't have any bells and whistles, but it gets the job done for us at this point. Can anybody out there help Sleeper? Madwood says he loves catering. Woo. Madwood, Mom and I will cater, but it's going to have to be for what we consider some very close friends who understand what we're doing and how we do it, but we just don't want to do it willy-nilly. Nah. If it's somebody that we really know and enjoy, we're going to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are going to take care of them.
Hey, CJ.
Yes, sir.
Don't you agree? I think first on my list, I don't got no expensive knives. All my knives are like Dexter and the kind you get for my height. My most expensive knives cost me like $35.
Yes, sir.
But sharp knives.
Sharp knives. And something we haven't spoken of, something we have not touched yet, are knife sharpeners.
Yes.
Knife sharpeners. My buddy Darwin. Darwin, you've seen him here. I've had him as a guest on our live stream. He actually taught me how to sharpen knives. I watched him do his work with that honing steel, and I still don't have that speed. I'm very careful because I'm afraid I cut myself. So I take my time and I use my honing steel. But all I've got is a cheap handheld stone. And, I will drag my knives across that stone probably 3 or 4 times each side, then break out my honing steel and get those blades back aligned. And I am good. I am good. I mean, if I look, we won that honing steel at the World Food Championships. And that stone, I bought that stone probably at Walmart, $5-6.
Okay.
Again, like you said, man, it does not have to be expensive to be effective. And folks out there, if you're into the expensive knives, I am not knocking them. All I'm telling you is I don't have that kind of money. If you've got that kind of money, more power to you. More power to you. Absolutely. T, good to see you, man. Yes, sir. Who we got? Uncle Steve is in the house.
Uncle Steve Shake. Yeah. I'll be using that tomorrow.
He said he's keeping his 3 daughters away from the cootie virus. That must be boys. Is that boys? Or you talk about that Rona? Ladies and gentlemen, going back to must-have for the backyard cook. And I guarantee you, nobody else has thought of this as a tool for the backyarder. Nobody. The internet. Tell me I did not just come hard.
Yeah, explain though. Explain. Preach.
The internet, folks. Do you want to know how to cook something? Yes. I guarantee somebody out there has cooked it before. and they put it on video. If nothing else, it gives you a starting point.
Amen.
So there should be no reason why you say, man, I don't know how to cook such and such. You might not know how to cook such and such well, but you can figure out how to cook it. And in time, you can continue tweaking till you get that item, that recipe where you want it.
Free masterclass.
There you go, baby. Free. If you own the internet, you can cook. Dude, you know, you don't have to be good to cook. You don't have to be good to cook, but you got to cook to be good. Dude, I'm just coming so hard tonight. I know some of y'all are falling off your chairs and everything else, but I'm bringing it tonight.
That's juicy.
Moisture. You
juicy.
Juiciness.
You juicy right now.
Yes, sir.
The knowledge is juicy.
Yeah. Sleeper says bug spray. Sleeper, man, I don't know. This summer has been something for flies. And when I say bug spray, it's not so much mosquitoes. I'm talking about those darn house flies.
Yes.
Man, I could be running my pit at 350, and when I open that lid, them flies will try to get up in there. I mean, you know, we've had flies in the past, but nothing like this summer. I don't know if heat, humidity, what it is, but it's something else. So bug spray is a must. Yeah, bug spray is a must. So pitmasters out there, old and new. The internet, it's a tool that you have to use. Yes, it's called YouTube nowadays. It absolutely is. Yeah, YouTube is your friend. Tell him, Beaner, might be the only friend you got.
You said nice sharpener? Man.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yeah, I've got an electric knife sharpener that I rarely use. If somebody is in the neighborhood, I might part with it because it's taking up space, but I hardly use it. I am just so thrilled with my stone. Oh my goodness, man. We got that golden oldie. Old E, man, welcome aboard, baby. How you doing? That old E.
How you fellas doing tonight? I'm doing good. I just wanted to call in or link in to tell you guys I love both of your shows. I know it's your show tonight, CJ, but TNT, he's another oldie but a goodie, another fellow Floridian, now in Iowa, and I just wanted to salute you guys and tell you that y'all are some of the best doing it out there.
Man, we absolutely appreciate it, man. And
Thank you.
We hear comments like that, man. That is what makes us go back to the drawing board and try to do it even better, bro.
Amen.
I mean, you know, we put a video out there, man, and some of the comments we get back from folks, it just makes you like, man, I got to keep bringing it for these people, man. I got to keep bringing it. You know what I'm saying? We absolutely appreciate it, and that goes for any other content creator out there, man. That means a lot. We absolutely appreciate it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I've been learning
even better.
I've been learning a lot, CJ, from you recently with some of your rub recommendations.
Yes, sir.
With the Chupacabra.
My man.
I tried that out. And that's like one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. It's so balanced. It's just delicious. And everybody who I give it to, they're just like, what is that?
And folks, you know what I am really proud of, man. When I tout a rub, it's not because I'm sponsored by that rub, because 90% of the rub that I tell people you need to go try this, I pay for it. You know what I'm saying? They're not sending those things to me to so I'm not sponsored, but because I think it's a quality product, I want you to go out there and try it for yourself.
Amen.
I want
CJ's not a prostitute.
Yeah. So I don't have to be. What do you cook on, Oli?
Well, I'm not as fancy as you brothers over there, but I'm still getting my feet wet. But I use a Weber kettle, and I have it's versatile.
That's
You
versatile.
can do so much with it.
That's beastin'. Yeah, that's beastin'. Hey, before I forget, we're an hour in. Tonight's trivia for Mom and Papa Joe hat, male or female. Man, I forgot. I got so busy I didn't even type the question into the chat. But tonight's trivia, male or female. I have done videos on 7 different pits. Mom and Papa Joe's have done videos on 7 different pits. What are those 7 different pits? For Mom and Papa Joe's hat shipped out to you, arriving by next week. Got to be put into the chat. What are those 7 pits that we've done videos on? All right.
I have to think on that one.
Oli, you were talking about what you cook on.
But yeah, Weber kettle. Then I got a Weber Smoky Mountain because that gives me a little bit of extra, that full smoke flavor.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't have enough space for a offset, so I have that. Yes, and then every now and then I'll pull out my Pit Boss pellet grill.
All right,
if I'm having company, it's kind of takes a lot of gives you a higher margin of error. It's kind of like autopilot.
Dude, that's a nice starting lineup right there. 3 on 3.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
what Pit Boss do you have?
It's the XL, the Austin XL.
All right.
Oh, gangster.
Yeah, that is a quality starting lineup. Uncle Steve says, and Oli, I'm not sure if you know of Uncle Steve. Here's another gentleman, man, with a quality line of products. UncleSteveSpeak.com. Go take a look. If you need some recommendations, man, just about anybody in this chat can highlight some of the best of the best. Yeah. All right, Mama. Yeah, this is for Mama. Mark M, and he mentioned it in one of our videos. He wants that baked bean recipe.
Okay.
All right, Mark M. Mama says she's got you covered. I will show her the message, and she will add it to that. She will reply to that message. So just be patient, Mark M. We got you covered, baby. We got you covered. Bernard says his first experience at a comp, he bombed. Then a barbecue brother he met for the first time gave him a taste of his brisket. Now he had a flavor and texture profile to work with. The next comp, he placed 5th. Dude, it's amazing. The little bit of nuggets, the little bits and pieces that can push you up a level. This was our second year cooking comp-wise. And our first year, we hadn't done a whole lot. And one Friday, we were making our rounds before we called it a night. And we stopped by camp, man. And these guys were pretty well fired up. Come on in, man, offering us beer, offering us food. Opened up a foil pan, had some brisket in there. Eat. And I tasted that brisket, just like Burnt Ends is saying. And I was absolutely floored. And this stuff right here kind of loosens your lips. he got the running at the mouth, and I am there just taking notes. Made some adjustments that from what he told me, made some adjustments, copying some of that stuff. Second place brisket, our first grand champion. And, and the little bits of nuggets that I'm talking about were just so simple. It blew my mind that I never recognized what I was or was not doing. But, sometimes that's all it takes, man, and it kicks you up a notch. Great point, Bert.
Eric said, Jambo, Weber kettle, WSM, Traeger Ranger, drum pit, Traeger 850.
All right, he's still missing.
1, 2,
He's still missing one.
Jambo,
Did you get
Hey,
7?
I'm glad you.
All right.
WSM, Traeger Ranger, drum pit, and Traeger 850.
All right. I'm gonna give it to him. Let me find his where's his answer? All right, Eric says, all right, that we have cooked on the Jambo, correct. The Weber kettle, correct. The WSM, correct. The Ranger, that's 4. The drum pit and the Traeger 850. Hey, that's 6. 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's only 6. We wanted 7. Almost there, Eric. Get that off the screen. We wanted 7, Eric. Oh, man. Dog, CJ. Guys, y'all don't know my boy CJ, man. Cool dude. He's dumb, but he's cool. All right? We're not going for a PhD. Give us an easy trivia question. Sleeper says, some of us 62, he can't remember what he had for lunch. Well, hey, Eric just gave you 6 of them. You just got to come up with 1. One more. French's went all the way back.
I know the one he's missing.
Yeah, just sharpen the knives. I have some that are 15 years old. I don't even know the brand name. I promise they'll take some hair off. Don't sweat the fancy stuff. Keep them sharp. So true. So true. Bobby, your congratulations were a little early. I wanted 7. He gave me 6. He gave me 6. And man, it should be so easy. I thought. All right, let me look it up.
You missing the one I called you about, CJ.
Yeah, yes, sir. He absolutely is. He absolutely is. All right, so my next thing on my list is a vacuum sealer. How many of you at home have a vacuum sealer? And if you don't know what you're missing out on, especially if you barbecue a lot, if you cook a lot. A vacuum sealer is just so absolutely essential, man. And they can be as cheap as you want or expensive as you can afford. You know, they come with all the bells and whistles, different sizes. But man, there are times when I will pull out a video meat from 4 months ago, and we got a ready-made dinner, man. I just got to pop that vacuum sealer in some hot water or something to thaw that out, and we've got a main entree for a quick, easy dinner. When Texas had that winter storm last year, early this year, whenever it was, we offered for 3 days, man. We ate like kings. You know, no power. We just boil the water on our little propane stove and pop those vacuum sealers in there. And we had entree. We talking gumbo. We talking, dude. We had it all. You know, because the stuff that we don't give away, we vacuum seal and we tuck it away for a rainy day. So very important. Also, when you find those good quality meats on sale or in abundance, you know, because you know there's going to come a time when that dries up. You know, pick up 6 or 7 racks of ribs, man. Those come in a vacuum sealer. But that family pack of pork chops.
Yes.
All right. You can separate those, man. If there's only 2 of you in the house or whatnot, vacuum seal them and just pull them out. Very important, very essential. I love that.
Yes.
I wanted to ask a question about the.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I'm doing a competition on the 25th And it's one I've been grand champion the last 4 years in a row. So a lot of people kept telling me it was the grill. So I'm bringing my two Weber kettle grills, and that's all I'm using, just two Weber kettle grills, 22 inches, and that's what I'm cooking. And we're doing brisket, pork butt, we're doing the chicken, we're doing all KCBS, and I'm about to.
Well, they still in trouble. They just don't know it yet.
I told them I'm gonna pull their pants down and spank them. And talk behind the back.
Yeah, they still in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, Bobby. Since Bobby is busting my chops, Bobby said, "I thought you said you were giving it to him." All right, Eric, you're getting the hat. So Eric, you need to hit me up on. You need to hit me up on IG or Messenger or something along those lines with an address. And a Mom and Papa Joe's hat will be coming out. And it wasn't until somebody else said something I realized there were 8 pits instead of 7. Eric only gave us 6, but Eric missed the Timberline 1300.
Mm-hmm.
Right, he missed the Timberline 1300, and did he miss the drum?
No, he said this.
Oh, he said the drum.
I think it was just the Timberline.
All right, so he missed the 1300 then. But there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There were 8 pits. So man, we in our year we've been pretty busy on these different pits. Eric, you can thank Bobby because Bobby twisted my arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 8. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't done a video on the propane stove yet. He said, CJ Bean says another important item, disposable pans. Very good. Very good. If you're in the comps, a quiet generator. And what's great about a generator, folks, dual purpose. Take it with you or use it at home. That power go out. You got some lighting. Bobby, you're cool, Bobby. I like Bobby. Bobby's my girl. Yeah. All right. Well, folks, man, we absolutely appreciate it. Eric, if you're still out there, reminder, man, hit me up on IG, hit me up on Messenger with an address, and I will get that out to you. Folks, we are at 1 hour and 13 minutes. TNT, Big Old E, my man, thanks for stopping in, man. Anytime any one of us can do anything for you, Old E, man, don't hesitate to reach out and holler at a brother.
Yes.
Appreciate that. I just want to ask one question before I slide out, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
I was going to say with the, since you mentioned the vacuum sealer, obviously, I guess that means you can tell the difference when you vacuum seal something versus just put it in a Ziploc. But one of the reasons why I don't cook as much is because I hate to waste food. So what do y'all do to kind of have leftovers and reheat and do that ideas where you're not just eating the same thing over and over again, but where you can make sure you don't waste your food? And I'll just take that. I'll just listen to that off the line. Appreciate both of y'all.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Now that vacuum sealer, man, unless you poke a hole or rip it or something, that whatever you put in there is going to be good for a very long time. And
your sister, brother-in-law, took food to the police.
Yeah. Folks, I'm telling you, I've had competition meets that my sister came to stay at my house, was on her way to Belize. Belize is only a 3-hour flight from the U.S., but we packed up more than 10 pounds of brisket, beef ribs, suckling pig that had been in the fridge for some 3, 4, 5 months. She takes that to Belize, man, and the Belizeans went nuts. So unlike a lot of y'all, my food goes international. So once again, I'm bringing the pain. Yeah, once again, my food is international. And but no, a vacuum seal is awesome. When I decide to pull something out of the freezer, whether it be gumbo, whether it be beef ribs, brisket, folks, I let it thaw. And from there, I will just boil some water. Once that meat is thawed and reached room temperature, I will turn the stove off in that boiling water, let it come to a standstill, no longer a rolling boil. And I just drop that room temperature package in that hot water. And it may only take 10, 12 minutes based on the thickness. And guys, gals, I'm here to tell you, it comes out of there as close to fresh off the pit as possible. You would not think it's not going to be anywhere something like a microwave rewarming or oven rewarming. You're not going to lose any of those juices. So you're actually going to love a vacuum sealer if you've never tried one.
Before we go, somebody asked what brand this was.
Folks, somebody asked about my table covers, not table covers, my rubber mats that prevent stuff sliding as you're trying to trim, cut, whatever the case might be. All you got to do is go to Amazon and Google Silicone Table Mat. And they come in 2-pack in a pair in a package, and they're fairly cheap, about 13 or so bucks. They last forever, but they just prevent things from sliding around. If you're dealing with a big tray, you can double them up. But again, this is something that I absolutely love. I've got a pair on the pit, and I keep a pair on the countertop in the kitchen.
And the vacuum seal, food saver, V3460.
All right, our vacuum sealer is a Food Saver V, as in Victor, 3460. We've had this thing for 7+ years with no problem, and we're vacuum sealing on a daily basis for the most part. So well worth the money. Well worth the money. All right, let me try to touch these questions one last time, man, to see where we are. I tried to say bye a little while ago. Still going. Rick says barbecue is like Bluebell ice cream. I sell what I can, I eat the rest. CJ's International House of Cute. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got Belizeans calling me. You got any more of our food? All right, Millennial says, thanks for all the great tips. Guys, gals, we love you guys, man. Hey, we absolutely appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Be right back here next Thursday for a little more of the same. If you've got any ideas for a topic you want to hear discussed or you want to be a part of, guys, gals, don't hesitate to hit me up. And please help me get TNT back on track. All right, help me get TNT. So you need to just keep poking at him. All right, and pray for snow.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it absolutely is coming. Folks, we're at 119. We're at 119. We're going to call it quits. Hey, here's to all you guys and gals out there, man. Take care of each other. Be safe. We love you. Have an awesome evening. I'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you, guys.